you begin with looking really 60 years back to the beginning of the Korean War,
Hmm.
which you call the unfinished war from that perspective.
Hmm.
How does that shape the North Korean thought process going forward and provide the guiding principles for their foreign policy?
One of the things that's quite interesting about the Korean War that we didn't know in detail until the last decade or so is how much this event was driven by North Korea, by Kim Il Sung. You know, the assumption that Americans especially had at the time was that Kim Il Sung was a proxy of Stalin,
Mm.
and that he was doing Stalin's bidding to test the Americans. But what we now know is that it was really Kim in particular and a few around him who were pushing Stalin constantly. He went to visit Stalin in Moscow numerous times to give support for an attack on South Korea. And if it had not been for that, I'm not sure if it had not been for that insistent pressure from Kim and from the North Korean leadership, I don't think that the Soviet Union would have agreed to this venture. So that was a very bold venture that Kim went on, and it almost succeeded. And I think that it's often forgotten how close the North Koreans were to really taking all of the Korean peninsula. We would not have a Republic of Korea today had it not been for the U.S.-UN intervention in the summer of 1950. But the fact that the war was not finished, that ultimately unification did not happen, has been a very frustrating thing for, I think, the North Korean leadership to deal with ever since. In addition to the fact that it was the war, I argue in this book, that much more than division itself, created the hostility between North and South Korea that still exists to this day. And that's one reason the Korean division is very different from the German division. If East and West Germany had fought a war with each other, German unification might not have gone as well as it did, although it certainly had its problems. But because of the war, unification has been much more difficult to achieve. And in particular, on the North Korean side, they do not trust the South Koreans to treat them humanely, I think, should unification be on South Korean terms. So that the war and the memory of that war has perpetuated the division of Korea more than any other single factor.